Shalom and welcome to my vlog from toe to head, Ilan in the Holy Land. And today we are in the city of Jaffa, the inflaming city of Jaffa. What do we have here? History, Bible, Christianity, landscape, and above all, stories, and good one. Let's begin. Here in the sea, we can see Andromeda's rock. Andromeda was a princess in the Greek mythology. Cassiopeia, Andromeda's mother, upset Poseidon, and it's a very bad idea. To appease him, Andromeda had to be sacrificed so the sea monster would eat her. She was chained to this specific rock. You see with the flag, this is exactly the specific spot, sort of. But Perseus, the hero, saved her. This is the Armenian monastery of St. Nicholas. This is a famous place since when Napoleon was in Israel and his army got a plague and part of his soldiers were here. And there is a famous picture that Napoleon visits his soldiers. Coming the stairs, and you will see the magnificent view of the monastery. There's a little Armenian church here. Yes, you can see what a view they have. The sea and Tel Aviv. Let's go. We can see note about the Armenian Holocaust in the World War I. This is a nice attraction, the Bridge of Wishes. The legend says that if you're going to the bridge and touch your astrological sign, in this case Sagittarius, and wish something, it will become true. Okay, nice legend. And from here we can see St. Peter Church, that we'll deal with it later. Jaffa is an ancient city. As you may remember, there are artifacts from 4,000 years ago. It's amazing. Jaffa had an important harbor, which was many years the harbor of Jerusalem. It was an important harbor until 1948. And now we can see here the muezzin. In 1948 was the Israeli-Arab War, as we call in Hebrew, the Independence War. And Jaffa merged with her daughter. You see, the city of Tel Aviv. Actually, the official name of Tel Aviv is Tel Aviv Jaffa, the municipality of Tel Aviv and Jaffa. Now we are in the Summit Garden. The name Summit Garden, it's, well, because we are on the summit of the hill. It's the ancient city of Jaffa. The British evacuated the people here during the Arab Rebellion, and it became a place with no houses. Therefore, archaeological could have done some archaeological excavation. Here we see a gate. Actually, it's a statue inspired by the gate, the Egyptian gate that we'll see more few seconds. So let's go. Okay, this is Ramses Gate. I'm sorry, but my gimbal collapsed. So this gate, the reconstructed gate, represents the Egyptian empire in the land of Canaan, a few decades before it became the land of Israel, in the late Bronze period, 1550 up to 1200 BCE. This gate represents the Egyptian, and there is a nice story about the Egyptian when they besiege Jaffa. The high officer, Tzachoti, the Egyptian officer, came to the governor of Jaffa and told him, listen, let's be a friend and we'll send you a present, 200 baskets full of goods, presents, offerings, etc., etc. So the governor accepted it, and when the baskets were brought into the city, suddenly 200 Egyptian soldiers jumped out from the baskets. If you want, the story of the Trojan horse a few decades before the Trojan War. Here we can see a whale, which associates with Jonah the prophet. Now, although in the Bible it's written that Jonah was swallowed by a large fish, so not a whale, so don't confuse with Pinocchio, by the way. And Jonah is a prefiguration of Jesus, because Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days, dark place, and then he went out. And Jesus as well was 3 days in a dark place, the tomb, and then he went out. So therefore Jonah the prophet and the city of Jaffa itself has big significance for Christianity. And Christianity has another place here, another event which occurred in Jaffa, and we'll go to see in that direction the house where the tradition locates the house of Simon the Tanner. Actually, we have 4 houses of Simon the Tanner. We will visit 3 of them. Let's go. Okay, we are in the house of Simon the Tanner, one of them. The traditions locate 4 houses. This is the Armenian one. We have also Greek Orthodox, we have Catholic, and several hundred meters from here, we have also a Russian house of Simon the Tanner. This place is very important since Peter visited Jaffa and he came to Simon the Tanner. He fell asleep and then he had a dream. In the dream, he got kind of permission to eat non-kosher animals. Therefore, he concluded that you don't have to keep the kosher laws about the food. And actually, this way, and also cancelling of the circumcision, made the Christianity a very Hellenistic friendly, non-Jewish friendly, and it's symbolized the point that Judaism and Christianity began to separate from each other. Okay, this is St. Michael Church, the Greek Orthodox, which they believe this was the house of Simon Tanner. It's not far from, it's several dozen meters from the Armenian spot. And really close to here, in this side, we'll go later, it's the Catholic Church of St. Peter's, which they believe that was the house of Simon the Tanner. St. Peter Church. This church is unique. First of all, the Catholics believe that this is the place of Simon the Tanner. It's not far, a few dozen meters, not very far. The Russian tradition, it's located a few kilometers east of here. This church is unique since the church faces westward and not eastward like most of the churches. Since it represents the face of the Christianity to the non-Jews, to the West. And actually, the church, it symbolizes that the church turns its back to Judaism, to the East. And second thing, on the top of the roof, right beneath the cross, you can see a stone from Capernaum. The stone represents St. Peter. The original name of the St. Peter was Shimon Bar Yonah, Simon son of Jonah. And Jesus called him, "You are like a rock, you will be Petra in Greek, you will be Petrus." And also the name appears as Kaifa. It came from Greek, the Aramaic name, it comes from Greek. It comes from Greek also as Kephas is a stone in Greek, so Kaifa it's in Aramaic. Also, you know the word Kephas, the word Cape, like Cape Canaveral. So this is the church of St. Petrus. Nice. So this was the tour in Jaffa. You want more? Please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget, when you come to Israel, take me with you. Shalom. Bye.